working? Hopefully it is working. Let's see. And should start. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Open this up because I'm not going to do this like last time. Oh my God. It was so hot. Oh, it's drinkable. Yay! I've got tea I can actually drink tonight. Okay. So hopefully, y'all gonna see me sit here and eat a little sandwich while I'm waiting. Okay, so I'm gonna get started in just a minute. I'm running late, so I'm sitting here snacking and eating my little sandwich, and we're gonna go ahead while I am doing this, and we're gonna go ahead and just start getting comfortable because we're gonna go ahead and jump in and start talking about soulmates in just a minute. That is the hot ticket right now, and with the energy kicking up and everything that's shifting and changing right now, we need to talk about it. So yeah. Well, hopefully this is gonna get started, and we're gonna have a good show tonight. Well, a good live event, I guess. A show. I am dinner and a show, and literally tonight I'm a dinner and a show. Okay. So hello, welcome in, guys. I'm gonna start this reading in just a minute. I jumped on here a little early, so I'm like doing my little snacky for my late dinner. I don't know. I think it's like 8 o'clock here. I'm still all over the place with these time zones. So if you guys are just joining me, hello, welcome in. My name is Crystal. I'm an intuitive reader, and I'm going to be doing some live readings during this session. So come on, hang out. Well, we're going to be talking about soulmates today, so it's going to be interesting. Let's see what's going to happen. Sorry, guys. We're going to start in just a minute. I'm literally sitting here eating my sandwich real quick. I was trying not to be late today. Hopefully we're not going to get any more rain today. I'm in Portugal right now, and it's been raining. It's been windy, it's been rainy, it's been cold. Yeah, look at that. It's so funny because the AI is on the mark. It says a live soulmate reading starting soon. Ask about your soulmate match. We are talking all about soulmates tonight. To the point, a lot of people are wondering, what is a soulmate? What really is it? Because there's a lot of BS out there about it. We're going to talk about that. I have been diving deep into this for many years. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Crystal. I'm an intuitive reader. I've been here on TikTok about a year and a half, going on 2 years. It'll be like 2 years in October. So year and a half, right? But I've been a professional reader for 35 years. And the majority of the readings that I have done over these years are some type of relationship dynamic. And most of those are either a twin flame, soulmate connection. So after all of these years, there's a lot of things that are very, very similar. And there's a lot of stuff that I've been teaching on classes on for a while now. So I'm coming in here, besides trying to eat my little sandwich, I'm going to do some live readings tonight. I'm going to do some collective readings. We're going to talk about what's going on with the energy, and we're going to talk about what a soulmate really is, what it is that we're all trying to have in our lives, and what is actually possible. And then how do you bring the right one in, right? Is there such a thing as a karmic twin? So we'll be talking about twin flames and soulmates because they're kind of intertwined. We're going to talk about all of that. You have to excuse me because I do want to finish my little sandwich. Before we get started, but we're going to talk about everything soulmate tonight. We are. Look, her hair is a mess. That's what I get for doing all this traveling and working. Traveling and working. That's all I seem to be doing. I was on the computer for hours today, but I was working on something exciting today. I'm going to be doing. There's 2 workshops I'm working on right now that are going to be done as a video course, but I'm going to be doing live calls with it also. One of them is The Secret Alchemy of Soulmates, and the other one is going to be, it's going to be a deep dive into using the tarot for every day, which means I'm going to teach you how to pull a card a day, how to be able to get questions answered about basic everyday things, helping you make decisions every day. How can you become more empowered? So I'm teaching a tarot empowerment class also that's coming up. So I've been working on those today. There's a lot of things going on, but the big thing we're going to talk about, the most important thing we're going to talk about is soulmates. Twin flames too, because they're all intertwined. We're going to talk about what the difference is with all of those, okay? I don't know about you guys. I love tea. I can't drink caffeine late in the day. Right now where I'm at, it's like 8 o'clock at night. So hello, welcome in guys. So I'm just drinking an herbal tea. This is hibiscus tea, which I love, 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 love. So I'm going to be sipping on this tea as we're spilling the tea up in here today. Oh my God, hot tea on a freaking chilly night is. I did not think it was going to be chilly in May in Portugal, but apparently that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm not happy about it. I am so not happy about it. I'm not happy about it, but that's okay. There's other stuff that I'm shit ass happy about in my life. I'm not going to worry if it's a little chilly where I'm at right now. So let's talk about soulmates, because that's why you guys are here, right? Want to know what's going on? What are they really about, right? There's probably people that you've been in some type of connection with that you are like, hey, I really want to connect. I really want this kind of energy in my life. Maybe you've been in a connection before. I'm just making sure I'm clearing out all these messages that all of a sudden popped up. Okay. Too funny. Well, let's jump into it, guys. I think we got enough people up in here that we can go ahead and start talking about this. So hello, welcome to everyone who's in here. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal. I am an intuitive reader. I have been doing TikTok for about 2 years, year and a half. I think we just talked about that. A year and a half. I have been doing professional readings for 35 years. So one of the biggest things that has come up, and what most of the readings are that I do, oh my God, please don't judge me by this crazy ass hair today, is soulmates, twin flames, connections between people. So that is one of the biggest things I've had readings for in all of the years I've been doing this. So after doing as many readings as I have, talking with as many people as I have, and working in so many different energy modalities over these 35 years, I want you to understand there are some very important information that comes forward that is going to be across the board. It's going to make a big difference in things. And we're going to talk about that. I'm going to start with a collective reading, but I want to talk a little bit first about what a soulmate even is and what it isn't. Okay, because there's a lot of misconceptions in that. And anything I talk about tonight, if you want to do a bigger deep dive into it, there is a link up in my profile. So when you go in there, there's going to be a link. I can't remember if it's for the classes up there yet, but it's coming. So I'm starting a secret, it's a whole workshop called The Secret Alchemy of Soulmates. And I'm going to teach you, if you take this class, you're going to learn a lot of, and some of them incredibly old secrets, because I did a lot of research over the past several months into things that I'm studying for Egypt and for another book that I'm writing. And I came across some very interesting practices back in ancient Egypt and things like that about attracting soulmates. And that's going to be included in that course. So there is a course that's going to be up, and I don't think the link is up for it yet because it's not completed yet. But if it's something you're interested in, you can either send me a direct message with your email and say soulmate course, and I will send you the link so you can sign up when it is available. Okay. So what is it going to be about? It's called The Secret Alchemy of Soulmates. And what I'm going to be teaching in this class is a lot of the basics I've been teaching for several years on how to actually attract the right connection, not what up here that you think might be the right one, but I'm talking about one that's going to actually match you on an inner frequency level. There is alchemy involved in that, but it's not candles and woo and all of those things. It is energy. It's all energy work. And we're going to share a lot about that. So we're going to go ahead now and talk about what actually is a soulmate. If you guys are hanging out here and want to just listen away, you're always welcome to do that. If you want to get a personal reading, I am offering personal readings during this live event. Also, I tried to make it super easy. You just go up to my profile, and when you click on my profile, there's going to be a link in there. At least there better be. There used to be a link in there. You click on the link, and when you click on my profile and you get my main profile, you're going to click a link. You're not going to miss it. The button's going to be like this big and bright pink. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it, because I used to show it to people because they didn't believe me. Let's go ahead and show you really quick while I do this. So anytime during this live event, yes, I am doing personal readings during this event. So if you want to get on my list, you can do that. I'm going to show you how easy it's going to be. So when we get to my main profile, looks just like this, right? See the picture at the top, text, and all the videos, right? You're going to go right into that link that's right in the center. Here we go. Watch. Going to be, well, if we get a bit, there we go. Look at this huge button that says live. Just push the live button if you want a reading during this live event, and that's how you're going to get in. So it's going to be pretty easy. There's a link in my profile. So let's go ahead and jump into the collective readings. We're going to talk about soulmates and stuff. So if you guys are just joining me, hello, welcome in. My name is Crystal. I'm an intuitive reader, and we're going to be talking about soulmates tonight. I'm so excited because I just published a whole book on what soul to soul connections are, which is a twin flame, soulmate, any of these names that have been used over the years for it. It's the same thing. It's two souls that have a connection in this lifetime, but they've had a connection in numerous other lifetimes. Okay. So oops. I apologize. It might be a little noisy here. I am staying in a place here in Portugal. Hello, hello. Well, congratulations. It's so funny because a lot of those connections, see, somebody just met theirs in September. A lot of those connections have been coming in. And it's funny because a lot of the downloads were coming in talking about what's coming. May, June last year, a lot of the connections that were already together may have went in separation. They're coming back. So if you had a connection that you were in and then it went into separation like May, June, July, August, summer of last year and later, a lot of those are coming back. A lot of those are reconnecting. The etheric is lighting back up again. So we're going to go ahead and talk about all this. Let me grab my cards and we're going to start pulling some cards and we're going to talk about energy and all the things, guys, all the things. So because one of the most interesting things that happens with a soulmate connection, and we're going to talk about this, is some of the stuff that people don't talk about. Sorry, I just want to make sure I got that out of my way. Okay. So let's talk about one of the big things. So when a soul to soul connection comes in, how do you tell if that's what it is? That's a big question I get. How do I know for sure? I will tell you, in a soul to soul connection, which is like a soulmate or a twin flame, there are two things that are always going to be present, always. You know how sometimes you'll see those lists and they say how to tell if you're in a twin flame or soulmate connection, and they give you like 22 things and it looks confusing because none of them match? Well, there's a reason for that. We're going to talk about what's really going on. There's two things. If it's an actual soul to soul connection, meaning my soul and their soul have known each other in this lifetime or will, and numerous other lifetimes. Okay. That's a soul to soul connection. We don't have just one. That's the good news. We actually have 3 separate kinds, and not all of them are romantic. And most of us have at least 2 or more of each of these. Yeah. So there is a lot more going on. It's not your other half flowing around. Please, 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 please open up perception and understand that the term soulmate was never meant to mean like a pair of shoes and 2 halves of a whole. It's not the case. There is a relationship dynamic that's one of the 12 that is a soul to soul connection, that is a mirroring element. But you as a soul, and I want you to really hear this, you as a soul are a complete, whole, sovereign soul. Yes, there are other souls that you have resonance with, which means your energy and their energy together creates a harmony. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. There's not another soul out there that's there trying to complete you. And if they don't show up, you're going to be a half a person. It's not that way. Love doesn't work that way. That would make love conditional. And love, real love, is unconditional. Okay? So let's go ahead. I just want to make sure I'm keeping an eye because people will message me directly when I'm in here chatting away. Okay? Yes. Yes. So we're going to, yes. Yes, it has been romanticized, the whole twin flame, soulmate, demonic. Yes, let me talk about that because definitely I cannot say enough. And I will tell you, and like I said, I want you to understand, I did not pick up a deck of cards a year or 2 ago and said, I think I'm going to read cards. I picked up my first deck when I was 16 years old. I'm going to be 56 in about 2 weeks, okay? I started professionally reading at 20. So for over 35 years, I've been doing readings, a lot of readings, a whole lot of readings. Most of those readings have been relationship dynamics. So I want you to understand. And for the past 20 years, I've been teaching workshops about it. So I just published a whole book about that. Well, thank you. Yes, believe it or not, I have a 28-year-old daughter and a 32-year-old son. So yeah. I'm going to be 56 in a couple of weeks. So, but thank you very much. So what I want you to know is, yes, very much true what you said. There is a lot of misconceptions about what a twin flame is and what a soulmate is. And a lot of people get trapped in very toxic loops because of the BS. Okay. So we're going to cut through all of that, but I want you to understand, like I said, after 35 years and 20 years of teaching classes, I wrote a whole book on this and I just published it. So I have a 3-book series. Okay. Well, hello, welcome in on my way. So I have a 3-book series. There are 2 of those books out now. Okay. The first book is called Soul Hangry. That is the book that talks about how to heal the relationship with soul self, because that's your first step, really. Okay. The second book is the book I just published. It's called Soul Connections. That's where I break down every detail about what a twin flame and a soulmate really is. And I'm going to talk about that really quick, what it is and what it isn't. Okay. Because that is one of the hardest things is most people have it completely wrong. And a lot of I will tell you, 95% of the information that's out there, and that's being generous, is completely false. We're going to talk about what that is, okay? We're going to talk about what it really is and how you can become empowered to reset your frequency here and magnetize yourself to the right connection to your authenticity, okay? So, like I said, just published a book on it. It's called Soul Connections. There's a link in my profile if you're interested that will take you over to Amazon, and you can get it in print or a digital copy. I am releasing a whole workshop on this. So that's coming out. I was working on that today. So I'm doing a whole workshop. It's like a 6-module workshop. It's called The Secret Alchemy of Soulmates. And it's about how I teach you how to shift your frequency to bring the right one in. And it works. It works. It works. It works to the point that I've had people doing one exercise out of that workshop, and it works. Like, it's that good. So let's talk about what those things are and stuff. You'll break your own heart believing the misconceptions. Yes. So let's start breaking through all the bullshit. Let's talk about what is a soulmate or a twin flame. Okay. What we are actually talking about is something called a soul to soul connection. Okay. That is, your soul and another soul have a connection either in this life or will, because you're going to run into each other, and you've had one in numerous past lives. Okay. That's the first thing. That's what that is. It's a soul to soul connection. Okay. Now, first big misconception. Everyone thinks you have one. No, that is one of the biggest and most toxic, harmful misconceptions about soulmates and twin flames. You don't have just one. Because I want you to think about this for just 1 minute. If you only had one other soul in the whole freaking universe that you could have a deep, loving relationship with, that would be conditional love. That means if something happens, you're not going to have love in your life. That's not how love works. First of all, you don't have just one. Okay. What you actually have is 3 separate types. Not all of them are romantic. Okay. Every human soul has at least one of each of these. Most, and when I say most, I'm talking like 95% of the souls that I have worked with, people that I've done readings for, have more than one of most of these. Okay. So that's the first big misconception. Oh, I don't have just one. No, you don't. Now let's talk about what the different ones are, because that's super freaking important too. So the first core element, now there's a whole equation to this. But don't worry, it's not going to get complicated. It's actually going to make a lot of sense when I explain this. So a soul-to-soul connection has 2 parts to it. There is a core element, so there's 3 of those, that you could be one of these, okay? Then there are 12, listen to me, 12 separate relationship dynamics that it could be, and you can have a hybrid between 2 of them. See how much more complicated it gets? But it makes it more detailed. That's the important part. Now, let's talk about the first half. Core element. First core element is a deep friendship connection. That means every lifetime you've ever had with this soul has always only been a deep friendship. That's instant best friends, as little kids, grown-ups, anything. A deep friendship connection, okay? No romance. The second one, now this is the one that usually gets called karmic twin, toxic twin, false twin flame. Those are all BS. The second one is the only type of connection you have had through lifetimes with that soul has only been romantic. No friendship connections. What does that mean? That's your teaching one. Your second one, the one that's only been romantic ones, that's your boot camp. That's how you have the most experiences to learn about the relationship with yourself. Okay? I want you to understand that it is an opportunity for growth. That's what that second one is. Okay? It's not a karmic twin, because let me clear something out right now. First of all, okay? There is no karmic debt between 2 human souls. I want you to listen to me. Yes, I've been doing readings for a very long time, but that's not all I do. I've been a shamanic practitioner. I have been a Reiki master. I've done energy attunements and energy work for over 35 years. I want you to understand that when I am telling you about these things, it's very serious, but in a good way. Because once you become empowered to understand how this works, it's going to free up a lot of shit. Listen to this. There is no karmic debt between human souls. Why is that a good thing? Well, because if your ex was a real ass to you and abusive and all those things, the karma debt that they owe is on their own soul. Because if they owed you karma debt, you'd be trapped. You don't want to be trapped. Remember I said, love, real love is unconditional. So if the universe is pure love, it would not allow another human soul to owe you karma debt and keep you trapped. Okay? They owe that on their own soul. That's a whole nother episode. We won't talk about that tonight. So the second one is the one every lifetime you've had is only ever been a romantic connection. That's when you're going to learn the most about the relationship with yourself and how you have relationships with other people. That one is not meant to go full union long term. It's not. That's the one that's going to burn so bright, lots of chemistry, back, forth, because that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to trigger up and teach you a lot. Okay. The third core element, that's the one everybody wants. That's soulmate. Well, I like to call it soul match because a soulmate implies it's a pair of shoes and you're another half of a whole. That's another misconception I want you to listen to about this. Okay. I cannot say this enough. Okay. You are a sovereign whole soul. There is not another half of you around somewhere in the universe that needs to show up to complete you. No. That's why I don't like the term soulmate, because it sounds like a pair of shoes, like your other half. People say my better half. That's not accurate. You can say it all you want. It sounds cute, but it's not true. And it can be toxic to believe that. Okay. So what's the next part? Now that we know, okay, it's going to be one of the three core elements, right? Friendship only, romantic only, or hybrid. The hybrid, the very interesting thing about the hybrid part, a lot of times people have an imbalance. They will be in this lifetime where most of the past lives have been romantic and very few with a friend. That means this time around, the friendship is the thing you got to work on. And usually it's communication and vulnerability and all that, the owie parts. That's what a lot of those connections are working through right now. Now, that's the first half of the equation. The second half is something called a relationship dynamic. There is 12 main relationship dynamics. You can have a hybrid between two. Every one of those relationship dynamics has its own path, purpose, and process. Why is that important? Because if you have a phoenix relationship dynamic, that's very different than a mirroring dynamic. If you want to understand like more of the details of the stuff I'm discussing right now, it's in my book, Soul Connections. There's a link up on my profile. You can even go download the PDF version of it right now. You don't even have to wait till a print copy shows up. If you want to learn more details. And the most important thing about this book, side note, this equation that I'm talking about, there is a 50-question quiz in there. What does that mean? That means any relationship you have ever had, you can sit there and do that quiz for it and find out what the relationship equation is. Why is that important? Because even if you haven't talked to them in 10 years, okay, no contact 10 years, once you understand the relationship core and the relationship dynamic, you now understand the purpose, the path, and the process of why that connection was there. When you do that, you can learn to heal, clear, and release all of it that needs to go. Why is that good? That's going to keep you from attracting the same damn connections across the board. That would be fabulous, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be nice to stop attracting people that are just like your ex, right? It's a frequency thing. That's why it's important. So if anything I'm talking about resonates with you and you want to deep dive into it and you're like, I want to get my hands on that quiz, just go up to my profile. And when you do, there is a link in my profile. You'll see it. It says you can go ahead and order it as either you go to Amazon and order a print copy, or you can go online, and both of those two books I was talking about, you can download those as a free, as a free form PDF, which means they are 8.5 by 11 pages of PDF. It's not a little Kindle thing, and it's the full book. The one for Soul Connections is like 188 pages. The Soul Hangry one, that's the one, how you heal the relationship with yourself. That one is like a 200-page book, and they're both in there for like the price of one. So if any of these things I'm talking about and you want to deep dive into them, you can go ahead and either download the books, or you can go to Amazon and go ahead and get them shipped. Like I said, I just published the Soul Connection ones. That quiz is going to be worth the price of admission, because you're going to understand any connection, no matter what was going on. Okay. So now we understand what is a twin flame connection or a soulmate, right? It is a soul to soul connection, that there's a connection in this lifetime, and or there will be, you may not have met him yet, and you've had one through lifetimes. Now let's talk about the 2 steps. Remember I said the thing that you're always going to have in both of them? You have to have both of these. This is how you can tell. Because people say, how can you tell if you're in a twin flame or soulmate connection? There's 2. There's only 2. Okay. The first one is something called soul recognition. That means when you see them, hear their voice, around them, their energy, it triggers a hello again. You know them already. I feel like do I know you? Soul recognition. That can come from their energy. It can come from the sound of their voice, because believe it or not, your voice has changed through lifetimes, but your soul hasn't. Your soul frequency is a part of your voice. So even though your voice has changed, your frequency hasn't. So your voice can trigger soul recognition. Okay. Soul recognition is the first thing. The second one is the ignition point. That has 2 parts to it. Okay. The first part of the ignition point, what is that? That means you have soul recognition, and then you get to feel what the full potential, listen to that word, potential of the connection is. You will get to experience it. That's why everything feels so freaking amazing when you first encounter this connection. And it feels like time moves different, because it does. There is an actual alchemy in the energy that happens when a soul recognition and 2 souls reunite. There really is. Time is not linear, and you will definitely know that time is not linear when you do have this connection. Okay. Now, the second part of the ignition is the part that usually bites everybody in the ass. That is, once you have soul recognition, and then you have the ignition point that you get to feel the full potential of that connection, the very next thing that happens is anything that's in your heart space that's blocking you from going into a deeper connection with them is going to trigger up to heal. Same thing with them. Most people get soul recognition, and it's like la 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 la. Then they get the feel the full potential, and they're like, oof, baby, right? Then the triggering starts. You want to know why? Because your soul knows it's time, and and you're going to be safe to go through and heal these things. So a lot of times that second ignition point comes in, and it'll smack you right in the third eye. It totally will. It totally will. It's a whole thing. But I walk you through what you can do for all of those things. Okay. I will walk you through. Oh, hold on. Oops, I got a message. Sorry about that. I just noticed. I am so sorry. It looks like somebody put in a request for a reading. So hold on, guys. Hopefully it wasn't going in here for too long. Gabrielle. Okay. Oh, okay. Hey. I think this is Gabrielle for her mom, if I'm not mistaken. So let me go ahead and pull this open. So guys, we're going to take a little break in talking about the soulmates. Don't worry. Trust me. We're going to be talking about that tonight. I have got a personal reading to jump into. And then we are going to, hold on, guys. Hold on. We got this. Let me just double check, because I know it came through, but if I remember correctly, this is for Gabby and it's for her mom. So her mom, okay, so it must be her mom's name is Anna. So I'm not sure if Anna is in here and listening. Hello. Hi, Anna. So what I was going to say is for her reading, if you want to go ahead and send me a direct message, Gabby, and let me know what her question is. And then once I have her question, we'll go ahead and jump into her reading. Okay. So let me go ahead and, oops. Let me get I have to grab my cards. I still have them in my bag. I'm just sitting here talking about soulmates. Lord have mercy. Hold on. Hold on. I'm so excited. I love talking about this stuff. I think you guys just don't understand. Oh, there you are. So Anna is in the room. Hello, Anna. Hello, hello. Yes, she did reach out to me and let me know. I was going to say, I didn't know if you were logged in or your daughter was. So all I need you to do is, if you're comfortable, you can write your question in the comment section, or you can just click on the picture that's up above here and click on my profile and send it as a direct message, and just let me know what question you want me to answer. Okay. Oh, you just want to know about that? We can do that. Oh my God, it's the perfect time to do it because we are all talking about the soulmate thing. I don't know if you heard what I was talking about too. I've got a book that I just put out about that where I break a lot of that down. So if some of the stuff I talk about today and you want to deep dive more into, there's a lot of information, 35 years of it, in that book, which is going to be nice. And like I said, there's the whole quiz thing in there. So you can go ahead and take any connection you've ever been in and do the research and find out, well, what do I need to clear and heal from this? What happened? What really happened in that connection? So I'm going to go ahead. So we're going to go ahead and talk about a couple of things, Anna. And I don't know if you were listening to what I was talking about earlier, because this really pertains, and I want you to listen to me about this in a good way. You don't have just one soulmate, okay? You don't have just one special somebody and then that's it, okay? Because for some reason, there's been at least two, okay? It's interesting because one of them is from before. Well, maybe there's two that are still here and one that's not anymore, because there's three. And like I said, we don't have just one. When it comes to soulmates, we have at least one of each of three different kinds. You've got one of them that was like a best friend. And they're not all romantic. That's the other thing too. It's interesting because there's one that feels like there was a best friend or a really good friend or someone you were very close and felt comfortable with. That passed away. Because their energy is like all around you all the time. But this feels like somebody that passed away a while ago. It's interesting because it's the cutest thing. Because they're hanging around to be kind of like a guardian angel for you. They are singing a song. I can't remember who does that song. My Eyes Adored You. Oh my God, who sang that? Was that Frank? Is that like Frankie Valli? Something about my eyes adored you, though I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you. Do you know what song that is? So you've got someone that passed away a while ago. Gosh, it could be like zingies. So besides that, just as a forewarning, Anna, so I've been a psychic medium my whole life since I was 3. So a lot of times information will come through, big time. So whoever this is, so there's 3 different people we're going to talk about. One of them passed away a while ago that's energetically with you, and they are like a guardian angel for you. And they're the ones that are singing that song, My Eyes. And that's so funny because I think that's what it was. I don't know if this was someone that you were really close with, that we became friends with, that they had a crush on you, or they had more feelings for you than you had for them. Whatever the case may be, is they did adore you. And that song keeps coming through. Yeah, and I wish I could remember the name of that singer. Like I said, it's, I don't know, Frankie Valli or something, but it's literally he's singing, My Eyes Adored You. Even something, my eyes adored you, though I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you. I'm bad at trying to sing it, but so one of the ones, see, I told you, we don't have just one soulmate. So you've got the one that passed a while ago. They're kind of like a guardian angel. So they're around you a lot. I don't know if they were into gardening or you're into gardening, but there's something about garden Something about a marker in a garden. So I don't know if there's statues in a garden. I don't know if there is like a little metal sign with a bumblebee or a ladybug or something, and that makes you think of somebody. They're showing me something about gardens. Okay. I don't have a name. So I will just tell you, whoever it is, Frankie Valley. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Whoever it is that passed away a while ago, and this is the thing too, they don't always come through with names when they come through when they've passed, but they usually come through with signs. So we'll see, something else may come through. But for some reason, this feels like this is someone that passed away a while ago, but maybe you guys like drifted apart before that and then they passed away. But they passed away a while ago. How long ago, I don't know, but they're always with you. Like they're always trying to keep an eye out for you in a good way. We're going to talk about the other two energies because there's somebody that's more recent. So somebody, either you haven't met them yet, or you're going to meet them, or you've met them kind of recently, or you've been around them recently. Then there is an energy of somebody from a while ago that's looping back around. So I don't know if you've got like a class reunion coming up, somebody reaches out on Facebook. There's two energies around you right now. One of them feels like you haven't met them yet, or if you've met them, there's not a connection yet. Like you've been around them, but maybe you haven't talked. Or you guys just live very close together and you keep missing each other. But there's two different energies around you that are soulmate energies, okay? One of them is somebody that you would have known, I don't know, high school, college, an old job you used to work at. Somebody from your past has been thinking about you that will either reach out or you guys are going to run into each other, like run into each other at the grocery store kind of stuff. The other one, I don't think the other one you've met yet. You've either been around this other one, you've either been around this other one, but you haven't had a conversation with them, like a real one. So we're going to talk about these two energies because it's funny because both of them are connections for you. Both of them are ones you've had lifetimes with. Both of them would be an energetic fit. You just have to choose which part of the path, because it feels like you're in the middle of a path decision right now, right? So, and each one of these two energies would be a right fit depending on which direction you go. There's not going to be a wrong choice. That's the first thing. Both of these energies would be in alignment with what you really want. Because you are a very loving, giving person. Like, girl, like so much so, right? But you cannot be the life support system in a relationship. You love to love, you love to nurture, cooking, all of those things. Doing things for people is your love language. The hard part is usually you're the only one doing things, right? Usually you're with someone who needs to be loved a lot and you have a lot to do for them. That's not how it should be. It's got to go both ways. Both of these other connections would nurture that for you. Now, there's some kind of big life decision you're going to make. It's either something about work, where you live. There's a big decision that's coming up or you're sitting in the middle of right now. You're either going to go in one direction or the other. And when you make that choice, one of these two is really going to come forward. It's about that because this life choice has to be made for you. Okay? Does that mean you're not going to see them if you never make a choice? But they are attuned to which direction you make this choice. Okay? So let's pull the cards and let's see what comes up. Okay? Because I think one of them you haven't met. So maybe you go to the same grocery store or go to the same gym or go to the same, I don't know, pharmacy. Whatever it is, there's somebody that lives in your area that's in your loop, which means you guys just pass each other all the time. Okay? The other one is someone that knew you from before that's coming back around. You may get a message on Facebook. You may run into somebody in the grocery store you haven't seen in 10, 15 years. Yep. You're in the middle of a life reset, okay? It may be that you haven't made big choices yet. You just feel uncomfortable in the life you're in. Maybe it's like Maybe it's like you've been at the same job for 20 years and now you want to travel. Maybe you were a housewife for 20 years and then now you want to travel. Whatever it is, you're in the middle of a big life shift. Remember, just talk about that. Tower card. Now, don't be scared by this. I know this card look a little scary, but this is talking about change, okay? Big change. Something is shaking up. If it's just in here where you're like, I'm happy, but I'm not really happy. I want to change. I've been doing the same thing for 30 years. I want to change. That's what this is. So, sorry. This is the energy of what you're sitting in, okay? We've got two energies, one on either side of you, and either one of those will be the right fit for which direction you decide to go into, okay? So let's go ahead and we're going to pull some information. I'm going to pull one card for each person because they're very different personalities. It's interesting. They're very different personalities, but the overall energy is both of these people have done the work, which means both of them have been working on this. Both of these people are emotionally generous. They're very present. That's the big thing. Both of them believe that when you are with somebody and having a conversation, you need to look them in the eye and actually be present. You can't be in your head already thinking about what you're going to say. You need to really listen. And both of them are at that point in their lives. Both of them also want to be with the right person. They don't want to date around. They don't want to go through the BS. They don't want the games. They don't want the bull. You know what I'm saying? They don't want any of that. And at least one of them has taken a break for dating for that reason. 6 months, year, they're just like, I'm just going to be by myself right now. Because unless it's going to be right, I don't want to be with them. So both of these individuals are in that headspace right now, okay? So we're going to pull one card for each one and see what comes up. But whoever this one that's coming back around, I keep feeling it has something to do with school. I don't know if it's high school, junior high, maybe it was college. Maybe you took an art class 5 years ago and this is a person. So one of them is a past thing, okay? That's probably this one sitting right here. So this is a 5 of Cups. Now, why is 5 of Cups important for that person's energy? You've got 2 cups that are side by side that are upright. Every one of these other ones has knocked over and they've spilled. What does that mean? This is somebody who is sitting in the energy of feeling like everything else did not work in my life. This is what will work. This is who used to work. This is who the energy is, right? See, the funny thing is, I think there was, I know you and I think you're attractive. Like, I think there was an attraction there, but you guys were in different friend groups, right? It's funny because being back in school, if you weren't in the same friend group, a lot of times you wouldn't really get to see people's eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? It was very cliquey. So it feels like it was a lot of that. It feels like you could see somebody out of your corner of your eye, or you'd see them walking by, but you would not have a lot of face-to-face contact, right? You weren't in the same classes. So that's who this is about, okay? In this one, this is somebody who has been in a couple of other bigger relationships throughout their life. None of them seem to work. But this attraction is there. And it's a tempering. Because the person they used to be in school is not the same person they are now. It feels, I don't know if they played sports or whatever they did, they were more focused on the external stuff. And it's understandable. They were kids. They were teenagers. They were more about sports scores, hanging out with friends. The thought of being vulnerable and really close to someone it made them nervous. So they weren't in that kind of things. Even if they dated somebody, it was very superficial in the sense that they were always afraid to be vulnerable. It's interesting because at the point in their life right now, they want to have a deep energetic connection with somebody. They want that now. Sorry, flipping these cards over the wrong way. That's why this one. So this is the one that would be that you knew in the past. Okay. So I just want to make sure I am not missing. So let's pull a card for the next one. Okay. So like I said, remember, whatever this big life decision is that you make or you start making is going to make a difference on which one is going to be a better energetic fit for you. And it's going to be a choice for you, because that's another thing too. Choice is going to heal for you, which means you're going to be able to choose between two different directions. And both of them are going to be a good one. It's not like picking the right one and the wrong one, because both of these people have the right kind of energy for you. They're just very different people. And you have to ask yourself, what am I going to be comfortable with? What is going to work for me? Who am I going to get along with? It's not about trying to constrict yourself into fitting into someone else's life. It's about somebody coming in and complementing your life, not complicating it. Okay. Yep. So second one is the Page of Swords. Okay. Now this kind of energy is very hanging on to things. This would also be, it's very interesting, because let's talk about the difference. It's not a bad energy at all. Neither of them are. This card, God, I keep flipping them in the wrong direction. Sorry. This card right here, okay, the Page of Swords. This is someone who's very curious. This would also be somebody who is, I don't want to say adventurous. They're very intelligent. They have charming. They're very charming. And they have goals. They're, I hate to use the word ambitious, but they have goals. Like they have ideas and things they want to do. I feel this is the one you haven't met yet. Okay. This is the one from before. This is the one you haven't met yet. This is going to be someone, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's someone who like owns their own business. Hello, Miss Yvonne. I'm doing a personal reading right now. Hello, welcome in. So this one over here, the energy that you haven't met yet, feels like somebody that you have. It feels like it's somebody that either owns their own business, or they're like an independent contractor, or the type of work they do, they're their own boss. Okay. They're very self-sufficient. They're very, they're confident in a good way. They are not arrogant at all. Whatever they do, they're very good at it and they enjoy doing it. But this is not someone that's a workaholic at all. If anything, they may be a recovering one, but they're not at all anymore. So this is the one you haven't met yet. This is the one that feels like they either own their own business, they're an independent contractor, something along that lines. I mean, they may own a construction company, or they may own a contracting company. They may own a painting company. They may own something where they don't physically do a lot of the work, but they run it, because it feels like they're more of somebody in a dress shirt talking to people, not so much as doing the hands-on work. Like they have people that do that for them. It feels like it's something in that range too. It's either construction, contracting, painting. It's something, a surface industry thing, if that makes sense. But that's not the only thing they do. Whoever this is very, very smart, because they, what's the word for it? They own like rental properties and things. So they may own places like an apartment building, or they may own houses that they rent out. So this is somebody that doesn't have one form of income. They have a couple of different ones. Okay. And this feels like the energy of someone you haven't met yet. Okay. Or if you have, it was in passing, like you go to the same coffee shop or something, because it feels like you two are around each other a lot, but you haven't had a chat yet. Okay. If you have a park that you take a dog to, maybe they have a park that they take a dog to, because there's something about like running into them at a park or something. So it's one of these things. It feels like I said, the biggest thing about this reading is there is some type of bigger life decision for you to make, and you don't have to make it immediately, and you don't have to make it to have somebody come into your life. But the choice of who is going to be a better fit for you will make more sense when you make more of a move towards this decision. So if you're at a point in your life where you're like, I don't know, maybe I want to semi-retire, or maybe I want to take a year off and just go travel. Whatever it is that you're getting ready to make some kind of change in, that's going to make a difference on which one's going to be a better fit for you. Both of them are good personalities. Both of them are soulmate connections, which are people that you've had connections with. Um, and it's about feeling your way into it. What does that mean? If you, like, say you think about the person you already know, and when you think about them, you get a little nervous, your chest gets tight. You're like, oh, I don't know. Are we going to be a good fit? I don't know. Is he going to be the right person in my life? If you feel any of those kinds of feelings, understand that and give that some space to breathe, because it's going to be one of two things. It's either going to be your intuition telling you that may not be the right way, but what it more like feels like is it's trying to teach you, hey, Miss Tamika. Oh my God, Tamika's in the house. I'm doing a personal reading, my dear. Hang out. Come on in. Yeah. It's very interesting too. It's very interesting because you've got that third element that passed away that is literally they're like helping you out with stuff. They're the one that gives you a lot of signs. So if you're getting signs all the time, butterflies, dragonflies, disco balls, whatever it is, whoever this energy was that passed away is trying to give you signs to help guide you moving forward, because they're kind of like a spirit guide for you. Okay. So you're going to ask about timelines. I will tell you, the one that's already connected, like you work with them and it's someone you used to go to school with, that feels like that one feels like the more of the energy of, I think they don't know if you're attracted to them or not. But they're definitely interested. They are interested. It's funny because they feel more reserved. Like they're not going to be the first one that's going to out of nowhere be like, hey, would you like to go out to dinner? They'll do things like look at you and smile and then kind of wander off. They're more shy. Even though their personality is more external or more, not external, what's the word? Extrovert. You make them nervous. In a good way. You make them nervous. In a good way. It's kind of funny because there's something about that energy where it feels like my face gets a little warm, like I'm blushing. And that's usually what that means. It's somebody that you make nervous in a good way. And like I said, the other connection, if you're not feeling that the right direction towards the one that you already know who it is, and you're curious to see what the other one is, that's fine too. Actually, that's a good thing because both of their energies are showing up right now. So if you become open to everything and attached to nothing, that means if you get an idea all of a sudden to go get Rocky Road ice cream at 8:30 at night, go, because maybe you're going to run into him in the ice cream section. If you've never wanted to go to one of those paint and sip parties, the one where you get a little painting to paint and they give you a glass of wine and you've always wanted to go, but you haven't, go. Because maybe that's where you're going to meet them. Because you're not going to meet them in a traditional sense. You're not going to meet them to a traditional dating site or anything. You're going to meet them out in the wild is what they would say. You're going to meet them out in public at some point in time. All right. Farmers market, something. But what cool energy that you've got two of them. And either one of those two is going to be a good fit. It just really depends on which direction you are going to embrace moving forward. So let's pull a couple cards now. We're going to pull a couple of cards for you. We're going to look at your energy right now, Anna. And we're going to see, what's going on with that. Let me make sure I clear this out of the way. Okay. Just want to make sure I was double checking in case I got a message and somebody's asking about a reading or something, and then I'm chatting away. So I'm going to pull Anna. I'm going to pull a couple cards that are going to represent your energy moving forward. I think it's really a big decision about stepping into stuff that you want to do. I think if you've spent your life taking care of everybody else, you probably have things that you want to do for you. And that's the big decision. Because if you decide to, take 2 weeks off and take a cruise you've always wanted to go, then do it. But that's a big decision because you would have to let other people take care of their own selves while you're gone. And you need to be taking care of yourself moving forward, right? So let's pull a couple cards that talk about what kind of energy you're stepping into for you, because you are part of that equation, right? Because whatever's going on in here is what's going to be attracting energy towards you. Okay. So we're going to pull a couple of cards. We're going to talk about the energy you're in right now, Anna, and what you're heading into. Yep. Eight of Pentacles. I love this. Eight of Pentacles. If you see this, there's the honeybee, and look at all of the honey that you're getting ready to harvest. So this is talking about if you're at a point where you're getting ready to retire, or maybe you're getting to the point where you're like, I don't know, maybe I want to start traveling. You want to start doing stuff more for you. This is telling you you are literally getting ready to step into harvest season, which means you've done a lot of work. You've put a lot of time into things. Okay. You know what's so funny? It is getting dark over here and there's birds. Do you hear the birds? Oh my God. Portugal is magic as shit. Sorry. So we're talking about the harvest and the honey. The sweetness is coming in. This is the sweet time in your life. I know it may not feel like it because you have been in one type of mindset for a very long time, which is take care of everybody else. Okay. This is the time for you to start doing things that light you up. You probably don't even know what lights you up, girl, because you know everything that everybody else likes. I bet you could buy a birthday card and a birthday gift for everybody you know in your house and in your life without thinking twice, because you know people that well. You need to get curious and get to know yourself better. That's your advice right now. That's the big one. So let's pull a couple more of these cards and see what else comes up, okay? One at a time, guys. Sometimes all these cards just start jumping up at the same time. I'm like, please don't do that to me. One at a time. One at a time. Okay. Oh. Two of Pentacles. Girl, this is talking about being in the middle of a decision. She's look at her. She's just weighing her options. She's holding them both in her hands. Both of those are abundance. Both of that is something new coming in. Talk about right on the nose. This is literally confirming you are sitting at a point in your life to make a decision to go in one direction or the other. Either one you go into, look, they're the same thing. Both of them are a gold coin. Both of them will be a good fit. Both of them will be the right thing. It depends on which direction you want to go. If you've always wanted to retire and travel, then when you make that decision to start going in that direction, then the person that would be a good fit for that would be the right one. Okay? So let's pull two more cards and see what else comes up. Okay? Oh, no, two. Sometimes these cards are like, I'm getting like 5 or 6 cards at a time. I'm like, y'all, 1 or 2. Here we go. 2 cards. Okay. Miss Anna. So your final advice in this is, he's sitting right here. So this is the King of Wands. Okay. And the King of Wands, now this is somebody who their word means something, which means if they say they're going to do something, they do it. Okay. This is also someone that has very high standards, meaning they don't mess around. They don't waste their energy and time on people anymore, because they used to. People used to take advantage of their kindness, and they're not doing that anymore. Okay. That's the first thing. King of Wands energy is also very straightforward. This is going to be someone that they mean what they say. So if they say, I'll be there on Tuesday at 8:00, they will literally be there Tuesday at probably 7:55. That's this person. Okay. The one that comes up is the High Priestess. That's you. High Priestess energy is goddess energy. That means all of my energy is going to be such an alignment with who I am, nurturing self, all of those things, that I'm going to literally call towards me like a magnet the right connection. Okay? So in short, your guides are trying to tell you, the more you do things that light you up, the more you take the time to nurture yourself, the more you become a vibrational match for the one that's coming in. And this is going to happen quicker than not. Like, I think June is going to take off for you. You're either going to get some kind of opportunity that comes in, a new connection, like a new friendship. Maybe you're going to meet a new woman. A new woman starts working at your job, and she's like, "Hey, you should come with me to go do this art class that I always go to. Will you go with me?" And then you say, "Sure," and I'll go. And you go, and that's where you meet them. So it's going to be something like that. It's going to be an impulsive thing that's going to happen. And when you guys connect, you're going to know. You're going to know. You will not question how you feel about this person when you meet them. So it's funny. I know I keep talking now about somebody who hasn't shown up yet. If you want to be able to see who they are first, so you can say, let me see the difference between how I feel about them, just call that in. Just have the intention to call that in. Say, I want to meet both of them. Because you already know the other one at least enough to know that they work with you. This other one you don't know at all. Okay? So enjoy it. This time in your life right now, that's that honey harvest. Remember the card with all the pentacles and the honey, the honeybee? This is your season. This is your summer, hot girl summer. You are going to be very magnetic. As all of this energy starts flowing towards you, it's not just romantic connections, it's opportunities. It's income shifts in a good way. It's unexpected money coming in. There's a lot of abundance that will come in when you become someone who's in the receiving mode. And what does that mean? It means you have to be open to let the universe bring things to you. You can want things all you want, but to go from wanting into doing, very different energy. But it doesn't take a lot of effort. That's the good thing. I'm going to have to stand up because, oh my God, this stool is like, sorry guys. I'm going to stand up to talk about probably the rest of this because my butt is going numb on that stool. I know. Sorry guys. I'm out here just being real. That stool was literally making my butt numb. So I'm not going to be sitting on it no more. So hopefully, my dear, that's sort of making some sense because there is a lot of different things that are getting ready to move through and happen for you. There are changes and choices coming in. Embrace it. You are stepping into a whole new period in your life. Embrace that change is coming in for you and that options are coming in. This is not about you shrinking. This is about you taking up more space. This is about you stepping into and being curious. Curiosity and audacity. Those two energies, that's personal alchemy. Because curiosity means, I don't know, let's figure this out. Let's try something new. Audacity means, I want to try something, I'm going to try something. Wanting is not where you want to sit. Wanting is a waiting room. Nobody wants to sit in a waiting room, right? Don't sit in your waiting room, Anna. Get out there and start living your life. Do the things. Do all the things. You want to be able to travel? Start walking a lot. Go for walks. Get used to being on your feet moving if you want to travel, because when you travel, you're going to want to do that. With the museums and the parks that you walk through. If that's something you want to do, then embrace it. This is the time in your life to really start embracing your life. The person that is going to be coming into your life to match that energy will match that energy. Okay? But right now, like I said, it's sitting there with that choice to make in which direction to go. And either way you go is going to be a good one. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh my God, you're like double blessed, girl. Double blessed, which means whichever direction you go in is going to be the right one for you. So from my heart to yours, Miss Anna, girl, dance in your now. This is going to be, it's unusual, and you're going to be a little uncomfortable because you're going to go through some new shit. Yes, totally. But this is your honey years. This is the years that you put all that work into who you are now. This is your time to start living. There is nothing more beautiful than a woman who blossoms after a period of time in her life. It's when a woman hits her 40s, 50s, 60s, and she blossoms, oof, girl, let me tell you. I know, because that's what happened to me. I was 55 when I blossomed. That was last year. And in about 2 weeks, I'm going to turn 56. And my life
has gotten crazy. It's been a roller coaster and a half. I had to do a huge reset to get to where I am right now today. It took a lot of guts, and I am just now really starting to feel the good stuff. But it's fabulous. This is the honey years. Girl, it's the honey years. I'm telling you. After a certain age, it's the honey years, girl. I'm telling you. Dance in your now. Embrace it. And laughter. You need some more laughter in your life. I don't care if you put on shows that you've seen 15,000 times that make you laugh. You need more laughter in your life. You need more joy. Bring it in. You like watching stand-up comedy? Watch stand-up comedy. You have funny movies that every time you watch it, you laugh your ass off? Watch them. You need more laughter and silliness and goofiness and joy and all the stuff. Go do it. Go take up space. Girl, you got this. You've so got this. You've so got this. Okay? Oh my gosh. I'm so happy. It's so funny. I know I sit here and I'm staring at a screen that is my own face, but I love doing these readings because, yeah, I'm picking up everybody's energy. And I'll tell you right now, this is going to be your year, girl. I know it's a little nerve-wracking, all this new shit. Yes. Oh my God. Holy crap. The world has been very different. The whole world shifted. We keep forgetting that as a planet, we survived a global pandemic. We're still here. We are meant to be here to save our lives. Yes, there is a lot of crazy, horrendous things happening right now on the planet. But what happens in our own homes, in our own heart, we have sovereignty there. We get to choose that, okay? So hopefully that makes sense, Miss Anna. So for anybody else that's listening, I just did a personal reading for Miss Anna that came in here to get a reading. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay in here tonight because I'm not usually here on a Monday night. So, oh, you are so welcome. Oh my God, Anna. From my heart to yours, Anna. Girl, I'm rooting for you. I am so rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. You got this. And you know what? If you're waiting for permission to actually enjoy stuff and take up space and have some fun, girl, I am giving you all the permission. All the permission. Okay? Okay? You got this. You've got this. You've got this. Okay? So I'm going to probably do this. I am going to probably, if I don't have anybody else that put in a request for a reading, I may go ahead and call it a night because, like I said, I'm not usually here on Monday. And I did readings Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today. So I'll probably come back and do some more tomorrow. But I think it's a good time to go ahead and call it a night. So I'll be back again tomorrow. And it's funny, I know you guys are like, what's going on? It's still early. I'm in Portugal, and right now it's 9 p.m. And I've been up since like 5 something this morning. Yeah. Oh, thank you. It's me happy with me right now. So thank you, my dear. Thank you. And it's so funny. I got to talk to my best friend Daria today for like an hour on the phone, who lives in Costa Rica. And I miss her and I adore her. It's just, yeah, I had a long day. I've had a very long week. Today was the first day I felt peace. I feel joy and peace again right now. So I'm really happy about that. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're so welcome, Anna. Like I told you, Anna, girl, I'm telling you, this is your honey years, girl. You got this, Anna. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it a night because I need some rest. I'm going to be up again tomorrow. I am, like I said, I'm currently online creating it's called The Secret Alchemy of Soulmates. And it's going to be an online course. Thank you, Ms. Tamika. It's going to be an online course, which means you click on a button and you watch a video and you download something and you go through it. But you will have live calls from me and it'll be hands-on, but it'll be self-paced. Instead of you having to show up at a certain time, I'm going to start creating a series of workshops. And they're done, so they're video ones. So you click on the video, it's about 10, 15 minutes long. It gives you all of the stuff that we're working on. The first one that I'm working on right now is called The Secret Alchemy of Soulmates, because I've done all this research for this ancient stuff about Egypt. I found a lot of very interesting things about alchemy and how to magnetize yourself to your soulmate. That's going to be in this course. So it's called The Secret Alchemy of Soulmates, and that's coming out. So right now, my second book, Soul Connections, which is about remember I was talking about all the stuff earlier, if you were here, the soul to soul connections, that book is live on Amazon. So you can order it as a print copy, or you can order it as a ebook. If you want to get it where you want both of my books, you can go ahead and click on my profile. You can either go over to Amazon and get either of them, Soul Hangry or Soul Connections, or I think there's still a link that you can click on and you can download both copies tonight of the big PDF. So they're like 8.5 by 11 pages. They're the full sheet pages of both whole books. And there's a link in there where you can go get both of them for like the price of one. So that's all the stuff I'm working on. So tomorrow I'll be working on that. So hopefully by the end of the week, depending on how long it's going to take me to film the video parts of it, that the secret alchemy of soulmates is going to be the first course. The second course that I'm working on right after that one is the tarot course. So it's going to be how to work with a tarot or oracle deck and use them every day. You don't have to be a reader, but I will teach you all of the energy reset for you, the reset for your living space. I will teach energy hygiene. I will teach you all of the things that if you did want to do readings for you, your friends, or just yourself or professionally, you'll be able to do it when you're done with this course. And so that's the next thing I'm working on after this one. So I'm trying to kick things out one at a time. The other stuff that I open back up is I have my one-on-one sessions open again. What does that mean? That means you can go ahead and put a request and you can get either a full hour, undivided attention, unlimited questions for a whole hour. We do a video conference. My regular tarot readings like that are open. I'm also doing a very specialized one where it's really good if you're in separation for a twin flame, soulmate, something like that. And you want to know what's going on in the connection and you want to get an energy. It's also a way to go in there and find out what is going on. It's like looking under the hood of your car to find out where the short is. So if you're in separation and you're in a twin flame soulmate connection and you're in separation, you want to know what's going on, but you also want to know, is there anything you can do? Is there something in the energy of the connection that can be healed or reset? That whole session is included in that. If you want to learn more about that, that's in my profile. So one of the things I went through and did was reopened my one-on-one sessions and reopened some of the other stuff that I was doing all the time. So you can book sessions with me now. If for some reason you want something, a mentorship, some kind of other type of reading, like a mediumship reading or something, and it's not listed, just message me directly and ask. So my services, I'm opening all that back up again. And there's some things that I'm doing that's new. So the one biggest thing that I'm setting up to do is something called the Sacred Repath Journeys. Now, what is that? That means if you're at a point in your life and you feel like you're not on your path, you feel like you've been walking one path for a long time and you want to refresh, it is a repath, because you're never not on your path. You're never on the wrong path. You just need to recalibrate. So it is called Sacred Repath Journeys, and it is a whole new thing that I am going into. If you want to learn more about it, there's a link on my profile that will take you to my Substack. There's an open letter to everybody that it's about. And yes, it's open to everybody, but it is mostly directed towards women who are in their 40s, 50s, and up, who are at a point in their life they want to refresh. I am going to be deep diving into it, where I'm going to teach you everything to the point where if you want to travel full time like I do, I'm geographically curious is what I like to call, or a digital nomad. I travel full time. I went in it's more like 6 months that I've been doing this now, but in less than a year, I reset my whole life and I came up with a very systematic way to do this. You don't have to do it full time. You could decide to redo your life in a way that you can be financially completely independent, which means financially free, which means however much money you need to do the things that you want to do, you will be able to do that. I teach you how to go in and mine for gold in your life. Because if you've been here 40, 50 years, you have a giant resource center of skills that you may not know about. I teach you how to start from just wanting to change your life all the way to how you can completely curate your life and reset. I did it, and I'm going to teach from that. So that is part of sacred repath, because you're recalibrating, repathing journeys. And so I'm going to be doing one-on-one coaching. I'm going to be doing whole big workshops, and then I'm going to have a ready for you one where you can just grab it, and in 30 days you will completely know exactly what you're going to do, and you'll have a plan in place, and you could totally reset. You can completely go from wanting it to doing it in 30 days. I did it, so you can. So that's some of the stuff that I'm working on. So the good news is I got a lot of stuff coming. If there's something you're curious about and you don't see it on my site, or you wanted to ask me and I wasn't able to cover it here, just send me a direct message. I should be able to catch it. Understand, currently I'm in Portugal, and then I'll be back in London, which is about 5 to 8 hours different than the US, time-wise, hour-wise. So right now it is like 9:30 p.m. here where I'm at. So just make sure if you send me a message and you're like, it's been 8 hours, it may be that it's in the middle of the night where I'm at, guys. So other than that, you guys be good to yourself. I'll be back again tomorrow. Okay. So take care.